Hello and welcome to the Spring Equinox reading. I'm Christie with Reaching Better Alternatives, and I help you find and fulfill your purpose in life. This Thursday on March 20th, we have the Spring Equinox smack dab in between eclipse season. Last Thursday, we had the full moon in Virgo lunar eclipse, and next Thursday, we will have the new moon solar eclipse in Aries. And as of this Thursday, the sun will be shifting into Aries, marking the beginning of the spring season and the vernal equinox, where we'll have equal light and equal day, which is an opportunity to reflect on how we can bring our life back into balance, realign with natural rhythms, which is a theme for every equinox and every solstice, how to realign with the rhythms of the planet Earth that we get to call home. And in the midst of all of this, we have Mercury retrograde happening, and Venus is also retrograde in Aries, while Mars is in Cancer, which it's not a fan of. So there's a lot of interesting energy that's happening right now. And the important thing to know about the eclipse season is it's an opportunity for all the things that have been hiding in the shadows to come to the surface. The eclipse is when, either for the lunar eclipse that we just experienced, the Earth passes directly between the sun and the moon. And with the solar eclipse, the moon will pass directly in between the Earth and the sun, casting a shadow over or blocking the sunlight, right? And when this happens, it's a reminder that there is light and there is dark. And in the dark, there are shadows. There are things hiding in the shadows that need to be brought to the surface. And so I have here today a 6-card spread where I'll be using a combination of tarot and oracle cards to kind of figure out the themes and messages that are waiting for us as the sun moves into Aries for the next month or so. And to start off, our overall theme of the month is the Midas and the Miser. These are Caroline Myss archetype cards. And the miser energy, the shadow energy that we're being called to bring to the surface, is hoarding money and emotions, obsessive fear of losing your wealth, scarcity mindset, versus the light energy. How can we transmute that into the light energy? The entrepreneurial or creative ability to turn anything to gold and to be able to delight in sharing life's riches. Instead of hoarding, we can share. And when we share what we have, we amplify more of everything for everybody. Which, let's send that note off to the billionaires. And to accompany this Midas Miser card, we have the 8 of Cups, which you can see there's an eclipsed moon in this card. And the 8 of Cups is about walking away from all the things that have caused us pain and woe. You can see there are some glasses still standing, but there's a number of glasses that are actually broken. So even though there's still something there, there's still a lot of things that are broken and are no longer working. And we're being called to let go of that which no longer serves. That which no longer serves. And we can see the figure is starting to head towards the mountains, indicating there's still going to be challenges ahead of us. But when you make it to the top of the mountain, you get to see a whole new perspective, right? You get to scale. When you climb the mountain, you get to a new place in life. So there's, some things that have happened that are making us feel, regret and fear potentially, right? But we have to keep moving forward even in the face of those failures. And there was another well, there'll be more of this coming to the surface with the rest of these cards as they're getting pulled up. So this is our overall theme of the month, is to focus on all that we do have, all that we can accomplish, knowing that life is hard, but we can't let it discourage us from continuing to move forward. And we also have the energy of the eclipsed moon here, reminding us to bring all of that to the surface. That which we ignore controls us. And when we can bring it to the surface and face it head on, we can release it and move forward. And from that place, we get to choose to move forward. And as we choose to move forward, we also get to choose how we feel about a situation, right? Two people can have the same experience and each one will have a different feeling about it innately. But you can also choose how you feel. Not to say we should discredit or discount hard things in life or the stresses that come with life and survival, but we get to choose how we respond to those problems. It is always a decision. Whether or not we are aware of it is another matter entirely. And when you can become aware of it, you can then become informed how to make better decisions. And so as we move on from the theme into love and relationships, we are reminded that we have the ability, we all have the ability to manifest. We have moon mastery with the law of attraction. And along with this comes the magician, which is all about manifestation. But the magician is upside down. Reversed is the term. I had a little brain fart. And it's kind of showing us that we have some self-doubt. We are not positive or sure about how we can make things happen in our life. And I know I'm experiencing this on a personal level right now. I have so many things I want to accomplish in my life, and there's this rising, nagging self-doubt. Can I make this happen? And with the figures in this card, we're reminded that when we work with others, we are more powerful. And on the next card for money, we have the water carrier. So interesting little thing about these cards. We have the Midas and Miser, and we have the water carrier. And they both have two figures. One is of self-reflection, and one is, the light and the dark aspect. They're looking away from each other, where in the water carrier, she's looking at herself and reflecting. In the middle, we have the law of attraction with three figures. So we're being reminded that, yes, we need to be self-sufficient, but with our powers combined, quoting Captain Planet, we can make better things happen. We can make more things happen. And in fact, when we come to the cards for work or career, the Astro Codes Oracle talks about conjunction or alliance. It's really interesting. There's all these themes of coming together, working with other people. But the water carrier is reminding us to really reflect on what matters and to reprioritize based on what truly matters. She is in conjunction with the Nine of Pentacles, which is a card of abundance, but it's reversed, kind of showing us that we have some miser energy, that again, that self-doubt that's allowing us to we're choosing, whether or not we are aware of it is another matter entirely, but we are choosing to be in scarcity mindset, to allow ourselves to feel insecure. And it does take work to change that, to change those feelings, to change those limiting self-beliefs. It isn't just going to happen overnight. Anybody who tells you otherwise, I really want to buy what they're selling. There's a lot of things that we have done and have accomplished that we should be grateful for, but we have to let go of the self-doubt. We need to be able to see ourselves the way others see us. We need to be able to stand in our power, focus on what truly matters, and then go and find the people that can help us build what it is that we want to build. And we have the Page of Cups with, in conjunction with the card of conjunction and alliance. We can see a flock of geese, right? Geese fly together. They form the V. So when they fly, they can all fly off the draft of each other. And they take turns being the geese at the lead that creates the draft for everybody else to fly off of, right? And so the Page of Cups, there's new opportunity, new people, new relationships that we can meet when we can heal our hearts, when we can love ourselves, we can call in the soul-aligned clients, the soul-aligned business partners, the soul-aligned people in our life that allow us to really, truly prosper and stand in our strength and make magic happen. But it first comes from this place of bringing all of the intense feelings to the emotions to the surface, right? Eclipse energy can feel really heavy because it's bringing all of the subconscious to the surface. And our brain cannot distinguish if our emotions that we're experiencing are from the past or from right now. So when we can have like PTSD, it's because we're constantly living in the memory of that trauma. And again, this all takes work. It's not just going to happen overnight. So when we're in the eclipse, all the things from the subconscious are being brought to the surface. So even though they happened in the past, it feels like they're happening right now. And that's where we can feel a lot of overwhelm and anxiety. But this is a great opportunity to allow it to come to the surface. All the things that we've been holding on to and have stored in our body because it wasn't safe to feel them at the time. We now have the tools to feel them in this moment, to be safe to feel these emotions so that when we feel them, we can let them go. That which we ignore controls us. Feel the emotion, release them so they no longer have control over us, right? And so the last two cards are for health and spirit. And I have the Tree of Life Oracle in conjunction with the Eight of Wands, reminding us we need to focus, right? The water carrier is telling us to reflect and reprioritize. And our health, we should really focus on our health so that we are not pouring from an empty cup, which the 25th path of temperance, I'm going to read this message here for you. This path runs between Yesod and Tepereth and is Sagittarius in astrology. It is one of the three paths that make up the dark night of the soul. It offers temptation, and in doing so, the chance to move through that dark night and toward greater harmony. The centaur, Chiron, reminds us that a wound can be a source of healing for others. So when we have a wound, when we share that wounding with the world, it can help other people heal. Or it can also help us have compassion and empathy to understand what other people have gone through. He also teaches us that self-sufficiency separates us from the herd. Guidance. It's easier to sleep than act, easier to eat chocolate on the sofa while scrolling through television channels. I feel called out right now. But just how does that serve you? New choices that are coming into your life may mean missing the final episode of your favorite show, but their benefits will be tenfold. Don't shy away from bold choices. Choices that could mean you're not as informed about pop culture, but are filling your heart and soul with information and experiences that light you up. Self-sufficiency is more than homegrown veggies and solar panels, although they are a good start. It's knowing you're good enough. In fact, you're amazing. This process could bring up some uncomfortable truths for you and those around you. But this healing element of the path is important and should not be ignored. Turn and face these truths and heal from a place of true wisdom. You're growing bolder, increasing your positive vibration, and building. Pour from a full cup, not an empty one. To activate this card, what isn't doing you any favors in this consumer-led world? Nothing wrong with stuff, but you have made promises to yourself that aren't being kept. But have you made promises to yourself that aren't being kept because of distractions? Give up one thing or cancel one subscription and add one thing in its stead. Read for a day. Read for 1 hour a day, perhaps. So we're being called to cut out the temptation, the distraction. Again, reprioritize. Focus on what really matters. Focus on what really matters. When we can focus on what really matters, sometimes those whispers of self-doubt and feeling useless or unworthy will come to the surface to try and keep us stuck, right? Because that is the old self speaking. And allow all of those doubts to come to the surface. Confront them face on so you can clear them. That which we ignore controls us. And when we stop ignoring everything that we've been holding on to, everything that we've been using all these distractions to ignore, right? Stop distracting yourself. Allow it to come to the surface. Confront it. Clear it from the body. And I have a meditation, the body scan meditation, that allows you the safe space to let all of these emotions come to the surface, feel your body, and start releasing these one at a time. And so for our final guidance, we have for Spirit, the 5 of Pentacles with what is this called? The Healing Spirits Oracle. Your life plan is unfolding as it should. So we have the 5 of Pentacles. Again, this card shows us that we have a choice. Do we stay out in the cold, or do we allow ourselves to receive the help? Do we allow ourselves to come into an alliance with other people who are here to help us? And so one of the first ways we can do that is the message of this card. I will also read to you. There is no such thing as coincidence. And when you know this, you are ready to look more closely at your life plan. Your spirit guide has already opened the way for you and will give you confirmation that you are truly on the right path. Synchronicities are their way of attracting your attention and giving you confirmation that you are close to a great understanding. Very soon you will know your true purpose. So you'll have to allow yourself to open up and receive the messages that your spirit guides have been planting along the way. Allow yourself to step into the light. The eclipses allow the surfaces, the eclipses allow the shadows to come to the surface, to be cleared. And when we can confront that which we've been ignoring and meet it head on, it no longer has power over us, and we can create a new sense of safety. And from that place of safety, we can now really see what truly matters. When we try to make decisions in a moment of fight or flight, we're not making good decisions. So recognize that these energies that we've been holding on to are preventing us from making good decisions. We need to give ourselves the time and the space to feel the feelings, allow it all to rise to the surface, release it, work on regulating your nervous system with tapping, meditation, yoga, breathing. Know that those emotions are past emotions that you weren't safe to feel before, but you are safe now to feel them, so you can release them and their control over you. And so as you heal, you can step into a place of making good decisions that are based on living life to its fullest, so you can share the treasures of life with yourself and those around you. And Archangel Michael is here to remind you you can do it. And I'll read his message as we end this reading for the Spring Equinox. You are qualified and ready to take the steps towards your desired outcome. You have what it takes to fulfill your dreams and your life's purpose. This card signals that it's time now to make your move. You can do it. Take action without delay or hesitation. Take action without delay or hesitation. Focus. Allow yourself to let go of the distractions. Archangel Michael is a powerful overseer of guardian angels. He helps lightworkers to remember and to fulfill their life's purpose. Michael hoards a sword of light to cut away fearful attachments that bind us in apathy or procrastination. He gives us courage and strength to make life changes and to move beyond our comfort zone. Call upon Him for protection, motivation, clarity, and courage. So, lots of powerful messages. I hope that this helps you uncover something within yourself. I encourage you, if you over the next month have moments of confusion and overwhelm, to come back to this reading, re-listen to these messages, re-empower yourself to do the necessary work to move forward. And so I hope this has been helpful. Thank you so much for joining me for this reading, and I will see you on the next one. Namaste, my friends.